morning, dear boys and girls. Hope you are all fine by the grace of Almighty Creator. So, in this morning, let's get into another lessons with me. I am Mr. Muhammad Mizanur Rahman, Assistant Teacher, Social Science, Bandarban Cantonment Public School and College. Today, I will conduct another virtual class for the students of class 6 English version. Okay, first of all, I would like to tell you a story or tell you a normal matter to you that I am a Bangladeshi. I have a friends who is in America. I have some more friends, virtual friends in Facebook, Instagram. They are from various nationalities, Singaporean or from Switzerland, Swedish, or from Netherlands, Kiwi, that means from New Zealand. This kind of introduction, this kind of designations of nationality related with what? Citizenship. Yes, today we will discuss about what? About the citizenship concept. Okay, so let's see the title of our chapter, Bangladesh and her citizens. Today we will discuss on the chapter number 8, Bangladesh and Global Studies, Bangladesh and her citizens. Bangladesh and her citizens. We know about the citizens and citizenship. We are the citizen of Bangladesh because just sanguineous, that means for the blood connections with our ancestors, with our parents. That's why we are the citizens of Bangladesh. We will discuss about the process of getting citizenship and about the Bangladeshi citizens and the duties and responsibilities of Bangladeshi citizens according to this chapter. After completing this chapter, we will be able to explain the idea of a state. What is a state? When we call a particular territory as a state, what kind of characteristics should acquire as a state, sovereign state? And then we will be able to explain the idea of citizen and citizenship. Idea of citizen and citizenship. And the next we will be able to realize the active roles of the citizens in the development of the country. Active roles of the citizens in the development of the countries. So let's get into the lesson deeply. There are 4 lessons in this chapter. In this chapter there are 4 lessons. Lesson number 1, concept of state. Lesson number 2, Bangladesh as a state. Why? We can explain the characteristics of Bangladesh as a sovereign state. In lesson number 2, this explanation is discussed. Okay. In the lesson number 3, citizen and concept of citizenship. We will discuss in lesson number 3, citizen and the concept of citizenship. And the last, lesson number 4, we will discuss method of acquiring citizenship. Method of acquiring citizenship. Sometimes we have to acquire citizenship. Sometimes we can get citizenship naturally by birth. Okay, let's get started our chronological discussion. In lesson number 1, concept of a state. When we can tell a particular territory as a state. If any particular territory will get the characteristics of a sovereign state, we will tell him or her a sovereign state. Let's discuss about the ideal characteristics of a free and sovereign state. First of all, if a particular land, particular territory, particular population want to be a state, first of all, we have some particular populations. Without population, a state is not possible. So, first characteristics of a sovereign state will be, ideal state will be, she must have particular population. Like Bangladesh, we have almost 16 crore population. 16 crore population. Next characteristic is territory, that means landmass. Okay, if a country want to be a state, she must have a particular territory, that means the area, land area. Like Bangladesh has a land area of 1,47,570 square kilometer or 1,47,610 square kilometers. Okay, in recent data. Next, an ideal state should have a government, government elected by the people, by the vote of the peoples. Democratic systems or the many other systems in the country, like generally we can tell about the democratic system. A government should control the country's discipline or should control the country overall. They are generally elected by the voters of the country. And the next, sovereignty. Sovereignty means সার্বভৌমত্ব. That means in each and every aspect of country, controlled by the people of the country or by the government of the country. Any other foreign country can't determine the national affair of any country. If any foreign country try to determine or able to determine foreign policy or the national policy of a particular country, this country will not be an ideal state. This is not a sovereignty. Okay, you know what is sovereignty? Sovereignty means each and every national, local or the international affair or related with a particular country will be determined by the internal body of the country, like the government, like the people of this particular country. This is called sovereignty. সার্বভৌমত্ব, দেশের যে কোনো জাতীয় গুরুত্বপূর্ণ বিষয়, আন্তর্জাতিক গুরুত্বপূর্ণ বিষয়, স্থানীয় গুরুত্বপূর্ণ বিষয়ে একক সিদ্ধান্ত নেওয়ার ক্ষমতা থাকবে কার হাতে? দেশের জনগণ অথবা দেশের সার্বভৌম সরকারের হাতে। যেমন আমরা যখন পাকিস্তানের অংশ ছিলাম 1971 সালের আগে, তখন আমরা সার্বভৌম ছিলাম না। আমরা আমাদের জাতীয় গুরুত্বপূর্ণ বিষয়ে একক সিদ্ধান্ত নিতে পারতাম না। আমাদেরকে সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্ট, ওয়েস্ট পাকিস্তানি গভর্নমেন্টের উপর নির্ভর করতে হতো। That time we were not sovereign country. After the bloody battle of 1971, we have become a free and sovereign country. So any country will be a sovereign, will be ideal state. He have to be sovereign. She must have a particular territory, that means landmass and population, and a particular government, a fixed government to rule the country. Okay, now we want to go to the next chapter, next lesson number 2, Bangladesh as a state. The characteristics of ideal state. We can determine Bangladesh as an ideal state because all of these 4 characteristics of ideal state we also have as a free country, sovereign country. So let's discuss about this. Population. Yes, we have a particular population, a fixed population, like 14 according to the census of 2011, our population is 14 crore 97 lakh 72,000. 14 crore 97 lakh 72,360. Okay, 360 population we have according to the census of 2011. We know census generally held after 10 years, but in recent data, economic data, we also have above 16 crore. This data collected from the census of 2011. This is the numerical data, academic data. Next, territory. Yes, we have a particular territory, fixed territory. The land area of our country is, according to the census, according to the academic data in 2011, is 1,47,570 square kilometer or 1,47,610 square kilometers. And the next characteristics of a sovereign country, ideal state is government. So we have a government. Bangladesh Awami League formed government. Okay, since 12 years they are ruling our country as a free government. So Bangladesh is a ideal state. And the next, sovereignty. Yes, we have sovereignty. Nobody can influence us in our national or international affairs. We are hardly try to decide our matter ourselves. Okay, Bangladesh is ideal state. Next, lesson number 3, citizenship and concept of citizenship. Citizenship and the concept of citizenship. If any person want to be a citizen of a particular country or the particular territory, she or he must have this kind of characteristics, this kind of feature to be a good citizen. First of all, alliance to the state. We should alliance to the state as a citizen like Bangladeshi, and then to be a permanent membership of a state. Yes, I have a permanent membership, citizenship of Bangladesh. This is the characteristics of a citizen. And the next is to perform duties and responsibilities to the state. I have some rights and rights, but so I have some obligation also. Rights and obligations are closely related with one another. I have some rights. If I want to consume some rights, I have to perform my duties to the state. This is called the citizenship charter, citizenship duties, citizenship characteristics, citizenship feature. Next is to enjoy political and social rights from the state. As a citizen of a particular country, we are able to enjoy the social political rights from the state. My state offered me the economic rights to get a job, social rights to the social security, or the political rights to giving votes or being elected as a public representatives. Okay, mass representative, like that. Okay, now this is time for discussing the lesson number 4. Lesson number 4 is method of acquiring citizenship. In the world, there are various methods of acquiring citizenships over the world. The main feature of getting citizenships is by birth. Okay, by birth. Most of the citizens of the world in the particular countries get the citizenships by birth. In citizenships, there are 2 methods generally, by birth or by formal grant. By birth citizenship method are generally divided into 2 parts, like jus sanguinis and jus soli. Jus sanguinis and jus soli. Jus sanguinis means blood connected citizenships. That means my father and my mother, that means my parents are the Bangladeshi by birth. That's why I am the son of my parents. That's why I am a citizen of Bangladesh naturally. This is called sanguineous system, just sanguineous system. Okay, রক্ত সম্পর্ক থেকে যে নাগরিকত্ব আমরা পেয়ে থাকি সেটাকে বলা হয় just sanguineous, রক্ত সত্ত্বের নাগরিকত্ব. Next, just soli means some particular methods. But very few countries grant this kind of citizenship. If any human child born in an embassy of a particular country, he will be considered as the citizen of this particular country. Or any human child generally born in the ship of these international ships of a particular country, that means in American Navy, if my son, my daughters, okay, born in an American ship in the midst of the sea ocean, he will be considered the citizen of America. But maybe America don't grant this kind of method. I also mentioned that very few countries permit this kind of method of acquiring citizenship. Very few countries acquire this kind of method. This is called just soli. To বাংলায় বলি কেমন, কোন দেশের এমবাসিতে যদি কোনো মানব সন্তান জন্মগ্রহণ করে ফেলে তাহলে কিছু কিছু দেশ সেই মানব সন্তানকে সে দেশের নাগরিক হিসেবে মেনে নেয়। অথবা কোনো আন্তর্জাতিক জাহাজে যখন কোনো একটা দেশের একটা আন্তর্জাতিক জাহাজে যদি কোনো মানব সন্তান জন্মগ্রহণ করে তখন সেই দেশ সেই মানব সন্তানকে, সেই শিশু সন্তানকে সে দেশের নাগরিক হিসেবে স্বীকৃতি দেয়। সেটাকে বলা হয় জাস্ট সলি। ওকে, Joe sanguinis means for the blood connection. Sanguineous, so the ancestorship. Okay? This is very important. This is very important for us by formal grant. We can get citizenship by formal grant from a particular country for studying, for doing job, for getting admissions in the army, get admitted into the army of this particular country. We can get the citizenship for living a particular time in a particular country. We can get the PR, that means permanent residence. Permanent residence, by which method we can get the citizenships of a particular country. There are two methods, by birth or by formal grant. In formal grant there is some segmentation like this. By marriage, if we marry some foreign citizen or male or female, I can get the citizenships in the European country generally. And the purchasing land in the particular country can get the citizenship, or doing service for a particular period of time, we can get the citizenships for this particular country. Language or acquiring language, if we learn French, if we learn the Spanish, if you learn the German language fluently, we can get the citizenships of this particular country. And the next, living for a particular time in this country, we can apply for the permanent citizenship. And the joining army of this particular country, good characters. Okay, good character also awarded citizenships of a particular country. And the next, high capability. If I will be a doctor, I'll be a lawyer, I'll be a highly trained professional, I can get the chance to get the citizenship of the particular country, especially in the European country, the American country. And the next, political asylum or the political refugee can get the chance to get the citizenships of this particular country. Of the some Rohingya people flee from Bangladesh to the European country, they try to get the political asylum. Okay, political asylum can also help anybody to get the citizenships of a particular country. So I have to finish my discussions for the limitation of time. I always remembering you again and again in my virtual class, you have to take your textbook and compare with my lecture, compare with my delivery, and you will get the clear and crystal clear concept again and again. Pause my video and read the text. Pause my video and read the text and mark by the highlighter. And after a few course of time, you will be able to learn pros and cons of this chapter, all these texts. I think as usual, I am giving you a homework from the last of this chapter. You can collect the creative questions and answer this question and send me. After completing all of my chapters discussions, I will take some class with the exercise part for your exam facilitation. Okay, so don't worry, my dear boys and girls. Okay, goodbye. See you again next time, virtually or directly in our beloved classroom, sweet classroom. Stay safe, stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.